Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. I feel like we've had a bad string of luck lately with this shit, but it doesn't really matter. It's another video, another week of talking about why you shouldn't buy a DE. Buy an HR. Just do it, for the love of God. Not that the DE is a bad motor, but fuck, man. We'll get into it. Let that intro roll. Let's talk about it.
Burn the bridges that you built in my head. The same decisions that you made in my stead. Close the prison and forget the time spent.
Alright, so starting off, here's my car. You all know this. This is the Z, the beautiful thing that's needing paint. Doesn't really matter. Starting off, this is apparently an issue that does happen a lot. Or not a lot, but often, and it does happen to DE 350Zs, which a lot of them are DEs if you didn't know that. Only the last couple years of the 350 got the HR. And apparently it's common, and I just hit 100,000 miles in this. Woohoo, let's go. That's still kind of low miles for these things. But it happened to me, and I'm going to show you why. So let's start off with this. A couple days ago, we were filming over at Christian's house. We were working on Garrett's E36, which you can see here.
Oh my god.
We were chopping off the exhaust. Why? Why not? We do dumb shit all the time. This is top tier. You should know this. But on that day, I noticed that the exhaust, when I was sitting in my car, was popping. And I also noticed that my motor was breaking up around 2 to 3K. Hesitating, and in my mind I'm like, okay, that's fine, misfires happen, this is like a normal thing that cars experience. And in my mind I'm like, I just hit 100K and I don't know when the last time these spark plugs have been changed since I bought the car, so it's probably the spark plugs. So, you know, go ahead, buy me some of these bad boys. This is what I recommend. This is what everyone recommends apparently on the forums. NGKs, baby, that's the shit, not MGKN, you know, just gotta clarify that. Anyways, so we're pulling them, we're swapping them. This is cylinder 2, which is at the front of the motor. As you can see, it doesn't look that bad, nothing weird. We're gonna see if I can focus for you, because motherfuckers do not like to focus on this shit. Okay, it's not going to. Oh yeah, there you go. So, you know, a little bit of oil, honestly nothing. This thing was pretty dry. Cylinder 4, which again, this is all on the right side. I did the right side before I did the passenger side. You can see a little bit of oil up here where it's been burning, and it's like, okay, that's not great. This doesn't look too bad, to be honest, but either way, it slowly goes downhill, okay? We get to cylinder 6, which is back on the right side over here. It's still kind of moist. I dried it off. The entire fucking spark plug well, not full, but it was coated with oil. Like, there was a lot of oil in there, and this shit is shot, so I don't really care if I'm holding it like this. This was flooded. There was a shit ton of oil in there, and it was on the coil pack as well, the plug. Basically, I didn't know this, apparently DEs suffer from a thing, because they get hot, VQs get very warm, that the valve cover gasket tends to just break. Not even really break, it just kind of deteriorates over time. And then there's these little rings that seal off the spark plug well from oil. Those are rubber, you know, then they're embedded in the valve cover. Those tend to also wear down, and that allows oil to get into the spark plugs well, and thus you get misfires. These spark plugs are not the greatest, but they're not also bad, so like a bad misfire should not have happened. And so, you know, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of oil, that's not good. I dry it out, I clean out the well, the plugs and all that, and I put in my new NGKs, my new spark plugs, and I'm like, you know, this should, in theory, since it's dry, fix it. You know, right? There shouldn't be any issue there. This way we can kind of test to make sure that the misfire is from the oil getting into the spark plug well. Well, we turn it on and it's like, oh, you know, there's no misfires. It sounds fine. Take it down the block, you know, doing fine. I get onto the road, start building up some RPMs after letting it warm up and all, and it breaks up. It breaks up really fucking bad, actually. This car has never broken up like that. It progressively gets worse. I get home and then it's just sitting idling. I'll play you a clip here. Yeah. Anyways, that's an issue. It's just going. You can hear the fucking motor struggling to get correct firing order off and all that. So overall, the Z is kind of fucked. I think that some oil getting into the coil pack caps or whatever you want to fucking call them could have caused them to go bad. Because I don't know. There's a lot of things we got a lot of troubleshooting to do in the next few weeks to get this thing back up. But basically, what I've read, we have to do a valve cover job and a valve cover gasket job on this car, which is not cheap. And I also might have to get a new coil pack. Either way, all I'm trying to say is this is a big issue that apparently the DEs have. I'm a dumbass. I should have done more research on these cars before I bought a DE. But if you are getting into Z's or anything with a VQ and you have the option on the platform to get an HR, get the fucking HR. All right, it's just a better motor. You know, I mean, the DE is something, but it ain't the best. I still am a firm believer in that the DEs deserve a good ownership and a good life, but that issue, which can apparently happen pretty often, is fucked up. But that's it, guys. That's all I really got. I just wanted to explain to you why this thing's probably gonna need some love. We're supposed to have the kit painted and the wheels done by this episode, but that's getting pushed back, and I had to explain it. Explain what's going on. Oh, and also on the passenger side, the very back, the front two were dry again, but on the very back one, as you can see, it was covered in oil. And no surprise, there are both misfires in those. But the weird thing is, and I don't know if any of you other Z owners know this or know the cause of this, I don't have a code for misfires. It's not showing anything. So that is the story. If you're looking to buy Z, for the love of God, get an HR if you can and you have the money to spend extra, because the DEs have weird issues like that. And this is a pretty low mileage DE, and I really haven't abused the fuck out of it. I've driven it hard, but it's not tuned. It's got an exhaust system and an intake, and that's about it. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week when we hopefully have a repair video out, because we got the parts in, which are going to be a lot of money. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stay classy, Phoenix or San Diego. I don't fucking know. You'll get that reference. Later, guys.
I made these niggas dip.